Hi guys, welcome to my first YouTube video. I'm going to be talking about the YSL Cassandra Bag that just came out for the spring 2020 collection. I received it about a month ago as a gift. It was selling in the boutiques, but it wasn't out yet anywhere else. And I think the collection just dropped today or yesterday. Today's December 7th, 2019, and it looks like it's already sold out online, so maybe it is only available in boutiques at the moment. It has a unique closure, which I haven't seen on YouTube. I haven't seen people show how to use it and open it, and I was really looking for that when I first got the bag. So I'll show you what fits in the bag. I'll explain things about the closure, and I'll list a bunch of pros and cons. We'll start off with how it looks like. It's this I don't know, like kind of grained leather, kind of pebbled, but it's very hardy. So I'm not afraid to bring it out and ding it around, because it's like I've brought it out in snowy days, not full snow, but flurrying days, and I'm not afraid for it to hit the showers, which is good because it's an expensive purse and I want to use it. It has, maybe I'll go through some measurements, but one thing you should know about the purse is that it's a lot smaller in capacity than what it looks like, because you see it has these kind of winged things, and that means that it's actually, the space inside is like about 1 inch less on every side. So what I mean by that is that the capacity is like pretty small. There, you cannot fit much in this bag. So maybe that's ½ inch, but multiplied by that all around the bag, and it's about an inch shorter here, an inch shorter here, and this compartment in the middle, it kind of restricts a lot of space. So just be aware that this bag cannot hold very much, and this compartment in the middle is not helpful. I don't know why they have so many compartments. So looking on the website, it's the Cassandra monogram clasp bag in something embossed leather. It has a front flap and studs on the sides with a contrasting interior with 2 main compartments and a flat pocket at the front. So the unique thing to these Cassandra bags is the closure. So right now it's just, it looks like a full, let's see. This hardware is kind of a gunmetal chain strap. I don't think it looks that dark because I'm filming underneath a light, like an overhead light, which is giving it a lot of shadow. So this black is black with a gunmetal chain, and this is a dark silver logo. This is how it works. This is the YSL, and it actually can pivot, and then it opens. So actually this is a good example of kind of one of the not so great things about the bag. The clasp is tricky. There's a Y, and then somehow it clasps together. You kind of match up. There's like a notch here, and you match it up with this notch here, and then if you're lucky, it'll close right away, and then it'll be closed. But what happens a lot is that you're not matching it up, 100%. So when you're on the go, the clasp could just open, and a lot of times you think you've closed it because you've matched up the notches. When you're walking, it pops open again, and that happens, like, I would say pretty regularly. It's kind of hard to ensure that you have the notch completely correctly done. But since the bag is so structured, it's like extremely structured. I've read reviews of other bags where they don't stand up on their own. Like this bag will definitely stand up on its own, but I would say this part is a tricky part. And sometimes you think you've closed it, but you haven't. So, and then here's how you open it. You kind of move the L, doink, and then it can pop open like that. Sometimes it does it really easily. It's probably a little easier when I do it on the shoulder, but like sometimes it needs a little more work. And right now there's nothing in the bag. So you see it closed very smoothly there, and then popped open very smoothly there. But sometimes it's just a little tricky, you know. It's a very innovative closure, but it is a fussy closure. So it's a little easier when there is some stuff in the bag. It came with these tissue paper things as, you know, the stuffing. So as you can see, this is very small stuffing. It's kind of the size of a Kindle. So you can see that the bag itself doesn't actually hold that much. So let me open it and stuff some things in. There are, let's see, I don't know if this shows that well. Maybe I go this way. Can you see? So you can see maybe this red divider. So there's two main pockets, right? You can see these wings. And they hold two main pockets divided by a red divider. And there is one zip pocket like right in there. And that's where you can just throw, I don't know, some things you want a little more private. And then there is this other compartment here. This first red compartment. And then there's the second red compartment. So, but they're both very small. Like you see my fingers, they're about like a finger's width. So let me just stuff in the paper so maybe you can see it better that way. Okay, so you can see it a little better because there's paper in there. Compartment 1, there's a zip compartment right against the back of the bag. Compartment 2, and those are the winged compartments. And then right outside, you can see this flap, not a flap, a little slip pocket. And then right inside there, there's another like slip type pocket. Okay, so maybe this paper was on the outside. I don't remember where this piece of paper was. Right, so there is like, that's the outside slip pocket. There is kind of a matching slip pocket in here. And then the other compartment. So like, you just looking at this, you can see that's not a lot of space. It fits non-bulky things well, but not that many. If you were gonna carry around 4 Kindles, it would fit them great. I have a Kindle, it fits in great. But if you wanna try to carry anything else, it is limited. So if you wanted to wear it on a daily basis, if you're a light carrier of things, you could do it. I've done it. Sometimes going to work, I don't carry that much stuff. I'm gonna bring out my tape measure so you can see. Because this bag is, I don't know, it's about 8.5 inches long, right? But with the wings, what you can actually put in and not stretch it, it's actually around 7 inches. And so you can kind of stuff some more stuff in, you know, you're kind of spreading it out, you kind of can shove things in that way, but then you can't match up the Y and the S and the L. If it's bulging outward, you're not going to be able to close it properly. So let me try to put in some like more of my regular stuff so you can actually see what is going on. Oh yeah, I haven't talked about the chain because I don't know how to film this for you guys well, but it is like a really nice chain that you can wear shoulder, and you can, then it can be crossbody when you kind of go like this and wear it. Yeah, I would say for crossbody, if you're more petite, it probably is very long because you can't adjust it because you're just kind of pulling the chain through the straps. Right, you can see the chain is doubled, so you can wear it like a shoulder bag. But then if you kind of drop the chain and just wear it on a single strand, then you can wear it crossbody. It's a really beautiful bag. That's number one. That's the top selling point. It's a really nice bag. And I would say number two is that this leather is it appears to be very hardy. The bag is not cheap, right? It has full leather lining. You can't see. The lining is red. It's like a burgundy red. You can't really see it here. I would say, yeah, except the inner zip pocket is fabric, but it feels like a very expensive bag, and the chain is a nice weight. I've only worn it over winter coats, so I don't know if, like, sometimes people say chains are very heavy. For me, it just feels like a very sturdy, good quality chain. But I don't know too much about chains, but it definitely doesn't feel like a shoddy chain, you know, a cheap chain. So yeah, let me take out these white, like, these things I'm using as placeholders that came with it, and let me try to put in some regular things so you can get an idea of, can you actually fit stuff in here. I'm just gonna throw in a couple of things, maybe like this, so you can actually see. And my hand and my fingers will be showing the different compartments because I don't know how to do this properly. So here's a wallet. You can't fit in the very long wallets, like, you know, the normal wallet sizes, if you have a long wallet, I think are 8 inches, and this is like can't fit. So this wallet can go in this way, or it can go in this way. Then what I usually do are put in some keys in the inner zip pocket. So I'm gonna shovel some keys in that inner zip pocket. So I'm probably gonna, because this bag kind of can hold things that are longer and slimmer, but not too long. So it's actually better for me to put this wallet vertical, so then I can put in more stuff in the same back compartment. So let's see. This is kind of for example's sake. I do bring like a lip gloss every day, but not like a hot pink one. So this is just so you can see better. Because it holds this long, slim thing well, you know? It's like, it's a good fit. And actually, it would hold this thing well. This is my moisturizer, which is long and slim too. I can't find the cover, but I could easily hold this in here. So that would be good. But if you can see, like, the compartment, this is back compartment, so it's kind of already taking up a lot of space. You can still put stuff in the other ones, the slip pocket, this pocket, but it is taking up space. And so here are the wings. You could make them very, like, wide. Just be aware, you have to put in kind of slimmer things. So here's some other product. So now you can put more stuff in there. Oh, well, I can also put in my phone. It's like the Pixel, but I can't put it in the full way. See, it sticks out. I can put it in this way. I don't know what you can really put in this slip pocket. I mean, especially because I was saying, right, it pops open a lot. You don't want things of value in there, just if your bag is open. So I'll put in like a coupons, receipts, not important things. I'm gonna put them in here. I have my transit pass, which I could put in here because I do need it. Yeah, I mean, again, things like cards. So I'll just throw in a gift card so you can kind of see. This is like a business card holder thing. These very slim things can fit in easily. But it doesn't, it doesn't hold that much. Let's see, I'll put in back. Makeup stuff. My phone is in there, but on a daily basis, and it's not too wide. Remember, it can't get too wide. But let's see. I'll close it. So it actually was. Is it closed? Nope. Anyhow, so that was easy to open. But this is not actually what I put in on a daily basis. I actually don't put my phone in my purse. It's usually in my pocket. In winter, I have hat and gloves. So what I do, like this is just a beanie hat. Yeah, since my phone isn't in there, and it's usually not in there. And I don't want to make my coat pockets like super bulgy out with stuff. So I just shove it into this second compartment. So it actually does make it a little more wider. You see, it's kind of wide. So to close it, you need to use a little more effort, like to kind of push it over. So it does take more effort, but it'll actually stay clasped shut because there is like, I don't know, like this thing is kind of pulling it back. So it has something to grab onto, if that makes sense. So actually with a little more stuff, I feel more confident that it's closed. And the benefit to this is that even with that beanie inside, it's still really slim profile. Like this bag is limited in how bulgy it can get, right? Based on, you can't close it if it's too bulgy, and it's super structured, so you can't kind of bust out of that. For daytime, for everyday, for regular wear, I don't really like the gold. For me, it's too flashy, but this dark silver kind of gunmetal is like really, really pretty. And with this hardy leather, and I think that's important because if you're gonna have a bag that's expensive, you might as well be able to carry it around. On the website, it says the dimensions are 2.1 by 6.4, but it doesn't say, what does that mean? Where's 6.4? Oh, okay. All right, so it only has, on the website, it only has the height and the width in inches, but it doesn't have the length, which is 8.5. But again, the capacity, the actual capacity is 7. So, and then I would say the actual capacity is like, I don't know, under 6 inches. I definitely think if you don't carry much, the bag is so nice to look at. It's very hardy. It's very sturdy. This leather is good. It kind of reflects, not reflects, when rain showers fall upon it, you can just wipe it off. The embossing is very, like the black, it seems very thick, so it doesn't, the embossing doesn't feel like it's going to come off anytime soon or crack. And if you get stuff on it, can you see like there's a white mark? Like I dragged it across my floor and then I was like, oh my gosh, there's white marks. This is not that, oh, you can kind of see it. I was like, oh, is this something I did? Like, did I crack the embossing or whatever? But then you can just literally wipe it off with some water. It's gone. So I had more white marks that I just wiped off. Now that I stuffed in my beanie, it's kind of bulgy. But it really, I mean, the bag is so slim. it doesn't matter. And the YSL stopped popping out because I kind of gave it something to grab onto. But to kind of undo it, then you have to use a little more force. Like, you can't just go like this and it'll pop out because you shoved it over and then kind of made it fit. So I took out my beanie. Yeah, so I mean, I haven't mastered this, and I've used this 7 to 8 times in 1 month. Like, I've used it a good amount. I don't go in and out too often. It's more like the beginning of the day, you know, get my stuff, put stuff in, take out my transit pass or whatever. Or take out my wallet to buy something during the day. I don't go in and out too much. So I could see this thing like really annoying people because it is kind of hard to see, you know, if it's actually closed. I don't think it's gonna break. I mean, I haven't talked too much about the exact things, like your studs, you know, are there studs on the bottom? No. Studs, this chain, you know, where the logo is, whatever. But I did want to just mainly address this clasping and my thoughts on the bag. I mean, I really like it. It's not for everyone due to this clasp and the fact that it can't hold that much. So if you're okay with that, if you carry things like a Kindle or like things that are not too bulky, you'll be fine. If you carry, you know, bulky things, it won't fit. So that's my review on the bag. In the shop, the salesperson said that this design was found in the notebooks of Saint Laurent. So his own notebooks, his own design. So I think that's what he said. So maybe this like distinctive winged compartment drawing was in his design and they built the bag based on that. A fun fact. So hope this was useful. Have a great day.